there's one other thing of it, and that is there is another ancient Hebrew writing that confirms that this is they're giving you the right date, and that's the Talmud, because the Talmud says here's the clue. Talmud writings of the rabbis say the Temple of Jerusalem was destroyed in 70 AD. It was destroyed on a Sunday, they said, and they give you the name of the priests, of course, who were in that week. So just by that, you've got it. And the thing is, so the question is, so if you take that and all you do is wind it back to the time of Jesus, or take the other one by the Dead Sea Scrolls, which is before Jesus' birth, and wind it forward and see if they match. The first thing is they match. The Dead Sea Scroll date and the Talmud match. So we got it. Okay? So now you have to find is when did this date appear? When was Abijah ministering at this time? And the ultimate thing is when you do this, if you work it all together, when does the birth of Messiah take place according to it? Ready? In the month of Nissan, late March, early April, 6 BC, the priestly calendar leads us to a very specific time and a date. It leads us to March 20th, 6 BC, and if you take the calendar of the priests in the desert, it leads us to the same date as the Talmud does, which happens on the Hebrew calendar is Nissan 1, the day of the beginning of all things, the day that we said he would be born. Now, one other thing here. There's a thing here that there was a early church, we went from there, and now we're going to go into the hidden vaults of the Vatican. Okay? And in there, the day of the beginning of all things, the day that we said he would be born. Now, one other thing here. There's a thing here that there was a early church, we went from there, and now we're going to go into the hidden vaults of the Vatican. Okay? And in there is a writing of a church father called Hippolytus. And what he did is they use him and they say, Hippolytus, he's the one who gave us December 25th. He told us in the early days it's the 25th of December. But in one of you look at the writings, it's been censored because in one of the writings there it says it's like they put that in. You look at his writing, he says in the same thing, no, Messiah was born in the month of Nisan. This is an early church writing which was censored. There's even a document in the Vatican Church. This is not, crazy stuff. It's there, which gives a document which gives Nisan as the date of Messiah's birth. But now I want to give you one more. I'm just going to bring it home, okay? One more, okay? What is the most exact shadow in the Old Testament of the birth or incarnation of Messiah? What would you say? And it's the tabernacle, because it's God tabernacling with us. In fact, when you read John, the beginning of the Gospel of John, the Word became flesh, that's the incarnation, and tabernacled among us. The word in Greek refers to the tabernacle of Israel. So he set up his tent. He came there and set up his tent. So the thing is, so here it is, the Bible speaks about the tent, tabernacle, as being a sign of being in the flesh, being incarnation. So here the question is there a clue? And the last piece is going to be in the Bible itself. I can't believe I missed this. I can't believe most. The Bible is giving you the clue. The tabernacle is the symbol of God dwelling with us. So here it is. Could it have a clue? The first thing to know, when was the tabernacle built? Right after they went to Sinai, Mount Sinai, all that stuff. God says built a tent. They start building a tent. Now, how long does it take for a child to be from conception to birth? How long? 9 months, slightly less, 9 months. How long was it for the tabernacle from conception to finishing? 9 months. 9 months. The same. Here it is, the same thing. It's right there. And so then the final thing is the Bible actually gives the date. We can find out when the tabernacle was finished. If we can find the date the tabernacle is finished, you've got it again. So now here it is. So where is it? There's a scripture. The scripture is Exodus 40, 1 and 2, which says, "You shall raise up the tent of the tabernacle of the congregation." You'll put it there, the Ark of the Testimony, when? Here it is in the original. The answer is, "B'yom ha-chodesh harishon ve'achad la-chodesh." That's the answer. But
okay, thanks.
I gotta catch the plane.
Rabbi.
I gotta catch the plane here.
And now the translation.
The translation, here it is. In the first month, Nisan, on the first day of that month, Nisan 1. The exact day from the beginning. Everything points. The beginning on Nissan 1, springtime, he was born. And this is everything. I mean, from the priests of the Magi to the priestly calendar, to the Bible itself, all the Word became flesh and tabernacled. It's all there. It was 9 months up until the day, Nissan 1, when he would be born. From the censored writing of the church, it's all there. And why is it important that he would be born in this way? First of all, the first thing is, it's the day that everything becomes new. Everything is new, and everything else becomes old. And what's it saying? When Messiah's presence comes, everything before is old. Everything now is new. And the power of Messiah's presence is the power to make everything new. And the power to make everything old, old. That's when we're born again. When we're born again, that's when Nissan, no matter what day it is, it becomes Nissan 1. It becomes springtime, becomes the beginning. But not only once, we need him all the time. Whenever we receive his presence, everything becomes new. Everything becomes, that's the power of God. If the more we dwell in his presence, it says we walk in the newness of life. And the other thing, the power of Messiah coming, he changes the calendars. Everything becomes BC AD. So before we knew him, all BC, we know him AD, but every moment we receive him again, every time we receive him in our lowest points, it becomes BC. It's now AD. It's always day one for the people of God. If we dwell in his presence, it's day one, new chances, second chance, everything is new. Even the new covenant itself. We think new covenant, well, it means it's newer than the old. That's not what it means. It means the covenant of newness. It never gets old. It doesn't matter. We might get old, but if we stay right in there, we never get old. The new covenant is always new. He's the God of second chances. New, 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 new. And one other thing, just here, let's link it to the second coming. Let's link it to real now. Notice the first coming, for this to happen, everything had to be in an exact place. Everything had to happen exactly. Mary had to meet Joseph. They had to fall in love. And their parents had to fall in love. And their parents had to fall in love. And every one slight change and the whole thing falls apart. Everything had to be, even the good, the bad, the problems, everything had to be worked perfectly for this to happen at the exact date. That's the first coming. Same with the second coming. Everything in this world is working exactly to bring about the second coming. Even our problems, even every life is working together. Israel, every single thing that's happening is working together. Just as the first coming was exact, the second coming will be exact and on time. And everything, including the problems, including the delays, including all the hardships, is all going to work together, not only for good, but for his coming. We are in the mystery now of the second coming, but it's going to be just as perfect as the first.